Hello everybody, so Glasgow FrightFest is over for another year. Today I'm going to talk about the films from day 2. Today's films were The Wave, Southbound, SPL, A Time for Consequences, The Other Side of the Door, Baskin, Martyrs, and The Devil's Candy. So The Wave started off the day. It was a film that was a disaster movie about a tsunami, and it started out well. It was fast paced, and then it just went into a drama and the disaster movie cliches of I have to save my family, and you have idiots that, hey, let's stare at the tsunami instead of running away from it. So I wasn't a fan of The Wave. It was just a cliche generic disaster movie in the end. Southbound, though, was a movie that I was very excited for. It's an anthology movie. Radio Silence, who had done VHS before, had brought their ideas into this, and this was a very creative, inventive, and very fun anthology movie that had a lot of great ideas in it and a lot of different stories which all connected throughout the film, and is a new favourite sort of anthology movie for me. I had a lot of fun with it. SPL, A Time for Consequences, on the other hand, is a movie that had Tony Jaa in it, who I really like, who I think is in a lot of great martial arts movies. This was not a great one though. It's really fun martial arts scenes, and there is a lot of great choreographed fight scenes in it, but it just had this really terrible drama to it as well that didn't work. Next up, we then had The Other Side of the Door. The Other Side of the Door was not good. It was a film that is from 20th Century Fox, and right from the start it has this really terrible jump scare where a girl's eyes turn black and black goo goes down her face. Black eyeballs and jump scares are not scary. There's this really weird creature sort of thing in the film that sort of looks a bit creepy for it, but the rest of the film is just jump scare after jump scare, and that's not a way to scare your audience anymore, and it just feels like it sort of rips off. Like the director said he was influenced by J-horror, but the monster thing in the film makes the exact same noise that the girl from The Grudge makes, so I wasn't a fan of The Other Side of the Door. After that, we had Baskin. Baskin was a film that I was excited for. I thought it was going to be this really crazy, over-the-top film with lots of gore. And it does have its gory moments, but it just isn't as shocking as it thinks it is. It's got its very odd moments, and there is an odd scene in there, but it's just not as great as it could have been. And it's pretty bland at the end of the day. It has all this slow opening, and then just went into the oddness, and then just sort of went away and turned into torture porn. And I wasn't a fan of it, and it was everything that we've seen before, and yeah, that was that. And then we had the Martyrs remake. Yep, Martyrs remake. I wasn't a fan of this. It was just a really pointless remake that doesn't have the same shock value or impact of the original. So if you want to watch Martyrs, just watch the original. Do not bother with this. It's just badly done, very rushed, and has nothing on the original. And then we ended the night with The Devil's Candy. The Devil's Candy was a brilliant way to end the festival. It was really creative with this whole... I don't want to explain it really. It's a weird one. It's a very weird one to explain. And if I told you about it, you might think it would be rubbish, because I read the synopsis and things online. I was like, oh, I'm not sure how to feel about this. It's done by the same director of The Loved Ones, and it's really, really good. Has some weird satanic ideas to it, and all this metal music and those type of things, and this artist painting all these weird things, but it's a really, really good film, and it was a perfect way to end the festival. So Glasgow FrightFest 2016. I only really enjoyed sort of 3 films. My favourites of the festival were The Mind's Eye, Patchwork, Southbound, and The Devil's Candy. Those were my favourites of the festival. Pandemic was alright, but the rest of it I was just sort of a bit like, ugh, blah. That's yeah, that was it for me. Ugh. But that's my day 2 views on Glasgow FrightFest. If you enjoyed Glasgow FrightFest, if you went to Glasgow FrightFest, talk about it down there. What's your favourite film? And if there's anything you want me to review from these films, if there are any of these films you want me to review, send in the comments down below, and I shall review them. That's all for today. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Goodbye.